All right, today's scripture reading is from Isaiah chapter 9, verse 9 through chapter 10, verse 4. I'll be doing the reading from the Orthodox Study Bible. The bricks fell, but let us hew stones, and let us cut down sycamores and cedars, and we shall build ourselves a tower. But God shall overthrow those who rise up against them on Mount Zion, and scatter their enemies. The Syrians from the rising of the sun, and the Greeks from the setting of the sun, and those who shall devour Israel with open mouth. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is still uplifted. But the people did not turn until they were struck, yet they did not seek the Lord. So the Lord took away head and tail from Israel, great and small, in one day. The elder and those who admire persons, this is the head. The prophet who teaches lawlessness, this is the tail. For those who bless this, the people lead them astray, and they led them astray so as to destroy them. Therefore, God will have no joy in their young men, nor mercy on their orphans and widows. For all of them are lawless and evil. Every mouth speaks injustices. For all his anger is not turned away, but his hand is still left uplifted. For lawlessness burns like fire, and like dry grass. It shall be consumed by fire and burn in the thickets of the forest. It shall devour all the hills round about. Because of the Lord's wrath, the entire land is burned up, and the people are as fuel for the fire. No man will have mercy on his brother, but one shall turn aside to the right hand, for he shall be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand and not be satisfied. Every man shall eat the flesh of his own arm. Manasseh shall devour Ephraim, and Ephraim Manasseh. Together they shall besiege Judah. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is still uplifted. Woe to those who write evil things, for when they write such things, they turn aside judgment from the poor, and rob judgment from the needy of my people, that the widow may be their prey, and orphan as a spoil. What will they do in the day of visitation? For affliction will come to you from afar, and to whom will you flee for help? Where will you leave your glory, so as not to fall into captivity? For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is still uplifted. Some explanation here, verses 9, for the whole thing. The prophet warns of God's judgment against Israel's pride and arrogance, its elder and the prophet who teaches lawlessness, its self-destruction through civil conflicts, and its judicial leaders. This section is laid out in 4 stanzas separated by the refrain repeated in chapter 9, verses 11, 16, 20, and verse 10, chapter 10, verse 4. His anger is not turned away.